up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Torrent, a podcast giving you discussions on music, movies, TV, and video games. I'm your host, Nick, and I'm joined, as always, by Alan and Matt. Guys, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. I actually just got done planning a trip to Iceland in December. So,
Whoa, Iceland, dude?
yeah, I'm gonna go solo. I've never traveled alone before, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Way.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to Iceland for about a week. And
Is this part of the whole aforementioned backpacking trip you brought up that one time?
no, that's gonna be in Wisconsin, I think, but
Okay,
or Montana or something maybe. This is just me kind of going on a whim. Had some extra vacation days, so
Flying solo to Iceland?
yeah.
Good for you, man.
What do you plan on doing there? Anything specific, or is it just kind of like you're gonna free ball or like fly, like it's gonna be off the cuff? Just, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna be wearing underwear, so it won't be free ball.
Yeah.
No, I got a few things that I want to do. Like I got like a list of things, so I'm just gonna see like what I can fit and what's worth doing. And I've been kind of talking to a couple people who have gone, and they've given me some recommendations. So just gonna
Do they
get it all
film
together.
Game of Thrones in Iceland? Are part of it?
Part of it, yeah. I think a lot of it's in New Zealand, but I think some of it was in Iceland too. Like the stuff they do in the north, I think maybe.
Maybe. I feel like that might be right. That feels right, but I don't remember. But if they do and you find it, you should definitely go try to visit some of the locations because, I mean, they're gorgeous shots. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everything there is gorgeous from what I've heard. So.
Yeah.
Dude, catch a concert up there too. I bet they're all really good.
Yeah.
Like every musical artist that comes out of Iceland is probably incredible.
I should see if Moon is playing there. That'd be cool.
Dude, there's so many. Like Orsia Rose.
Oh yeah.
That would be cool. Remember them?
Yeah, I do remember them.
Yeah.
Wow. So when did you say you're going?
I'll be going in December, like middle of December. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then you'll be back for the holidays?
Yeah.
Nice. How long are you going for? A week? 2
Just a
weeks?
week, yeah.
Okay. Nice, dude. Whoa. Jeez, have fun.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know how it is.
Yeah, for sure. You'll have to give us your full Iceland review.
Yeah,
Our
sure.
podcast Iceland review.
Right, how many bottles of mead?
You could probably find some bomb-ass, like, Viking blood style meat up there.
Ooh.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some fermented shark meat or something.
Oh, for sure. You gotta try that.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, you guys ready for the news?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it here. This is the weekly download. Our first news story today is so a couple episodes ago, before our Halloween episode, we just talked about how Iron Fist was canceled. Well, immediately after we talked about that, Netflix has now canceled Luke Cage as well. So what do you guys think about this? I think it's a little weird that they decided to cancel another Marvel show. I think people are furthering the speculation that, you know, Disney wants to take it over to their streaming service. Other people have said, well, it's been known through the comics that Luke Cage and Iron Fist does have a big team up they call Heroes for Hire. They could be developing a brand new show with those two guys where they just go off together and fight a lot of dudes. They could go in that direction. What do you guys think of them canceling Luke Cage?
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. Does Disney have its own streaming service?
They will be. We've actually talked about this on the show. They're getting their own streaming service. They're going to have all the Disney movies on there. They're going to have that live-action Star Wars show on there. They're going to have all the Marvel movies on there. All their like animated movies and anything related. So Disney casts a wide net. So for those of you who don't know, they own not only any Disney property that you already know, they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, they own ESPN, they own ABC, and they own a couple other things. They're like all over the place. Yeah.
They own ESPN? I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's like
that's
some
scary.
mafioso shit going on with Disney.
Dude.
Like they have their hand in everything.
Monopolies are becoming pretty serious, like
Yeah.
Amazon and stuff. So
Yeah.
That's a conversation for another time. Probably,
Right. So anyway,
That's pretty scary.
back to Luke Cage.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think it's kind of a bummer because I don't know, those are some pretty interesting, cool shows. I do think the Heroes for Hire thing would be sweet, and I hope that that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I like the group kind of thing. I like when they do that.
Me too. I kind of like team ups too.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Alan, how do you feel about this? I know you watch the Daredevil show, so this kind of impacts that a little bit, I think.
I mean, I'm kind of okay with it. I think there's so much saturation in the entertainment market with like superhero stuff that like it's just some of these are going to succeed and some of them are going to fail, and so I think it's fine if the cream of the crop rises to the top, and
Sure.
if this is one of the ones that just didn't really do as well as they had hoped, then it's going to happen. There's so many of them out there that it's hard to compete. So
Yeah. Does this worry you at all for Daredevil? Because if they're canceling all these other shows in the Defender verse of Netflix, that might impact Daredevil just a touch.
yeah, I'm a little nervous about it. We'll
Yeah.
we'll see. Hopefully they keep it around for at least another season or
I
two.
hope so too. I think if they just roll with Daredevil and Punisher, I know they still got Jessica Jones out there, but I wasn't that big of a fan of season 2. I really liked season 1, but if they don't have a good enough story developed for that show, I'm cool with them writing Punisher and Daredevil for the remainder of their time on Netflix. Okay. Big news story I found the other day, guys. So a while back, we talked about Monster Hunter World. We got the game. We were all playing the game for a while. We kind of went through this giant phase where we were really into the game. Well, guys, it appears that they are developing a movie in the Monster Hunter universe. So it's an adaptation of the video games, and it's going to star Mila Jovovich, Tony Jaa, and rapper T.I. Kind of a weird combination. I think this could be something. What do you guys think about this news?
I think it's so the game is very cool. The idea is very cool of like hunting these like humongous monsters and having all these crazy abilities and weapons and stuff. I bet a movie would be sweet. My concern is that the games are super. Okay, they're very Asian, and that's fine. No, nothing against that, but they're just very. I don't know. It sounds like the movie is going to be similar to the games, where it's going to be just kind of bananas and like super dramatic and really kind of weird. So
Yeah.
I hope that it's still good, even though it probably will be like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Alan?
Yeah, how do you feel, Ann, before I give my thoughts?
Honestly, I think I'm kind of excited for it. I liked Mila Djokovic a lot in her role in Resident Evil, all the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah,
like for
right.
some reason, those are just really fun and interesting to me. And it's not like the same premise, but they're both video game movies, so they're going to be kind of similar in that sense. So I don't know. I think it'll be kind of interesting to watch.
I just find it interesting that they, of all IPs, choose Monster Hunter to make a movie about. I mean, with all the deep lore in any video games we mentioned in the past, BioShock, Halo, Mass Effect, all this other stuff, they choose a game that is pretty light on story and heavy on action for a video game movie, and something that's, I think, I don't think, I'm calling it right now, guys, this isn't going to be well received at the box office. I can tell you that. Like, it's gonna be weird. And I am really excited that Tony Jaa is in the film.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seems very bizarre to me, and I don't know what kind of movie this is going to be yet. And from the promotional images I've seen so far, they're going to go very action heavy, very over the top craziness, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold on this. I don't know.
Do you know who's producing this? Who, like, the filmmakers?
Let me.
Because it just seems like I think Monster Hunter World is, or just the Monster Hunter series in general, is pretty huge in like some of the Asian countries and stuff. So like maybe they're targeting that audience. Maybe it's supposed to be one of those things that just sells really well over in Korea and Japan, where like these games are a little bit more popular.
Yep.
It seems like it's tailored for that audience. It's kind of hard to get into,
Okay, well, this is interesting here. The guy who's directing this movie directed, I think, the original Mortal Kombat movie in 1995.
Wow,
it's kind of interesting. Okay, he was also the guy who directed the Resident Evil movies, hence the Mila Jovovich connection.
That's where she's from. I knew that.
Yeah, that's pretty much his claim to fame. So I think we kind of know what kind of movie to expect here is going to be probably something along the lines of the Resident Evil movie. So if you're a fan of those, and you're also a fan of Monster Hunter game series, you got a movie coming out that you should be pretty excited for.
I mean, I would see it. Sounds cool. I like
I
it.
might see it. Yeah,
We should all go see it.
yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm gonna wait till the trailer comes out before I decide to go see it.
Okay, yeah. Let's wait for the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next, a couple of reviews here on the movie side. First,
Yes.
go ahead. Yeah, go. Sorry, go ahead, Alan.
Oh no, it's cool. So first one's gonna be pretty quick. So I watched a Netflix horror movie called Tusk, and
Kevin
it's
Smith
a
film, right? Correct.
Yep,
Came out
Kevin
a while
Smith film.
back. Yeah.
starring what was the guy's name again?
Justin Long,
Yeah, so yeah, Justin Long.
famous for Dodgeball. He was
Oh.
he was the music teacher on New Girl, who Jess was with for a bit. Also from the I'm an at Mac and I'm a PC commercials. That guy.
Oh yeah, yep,
Yeah.
same guy.
Yep.
So yeah, main star of this. Overall, it's just a very strange movie. It essentially the premise is he gets locked up with this crazy guy, and this crazy guy's trying to turn him into a walrus. And by the end of it, he turns him into a walrus, and it's just the best word I can use to describe it. It's just very disturbing. And
Okay.
Is it
it
like
goes on for a lot
Human
longer than you
Centipede?
expect. What?
Is it like Human Centipede type, like weird?
Yeah, it's got the
science
same.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's got the same kind of vibe as Human Centipede, and it goes on way longer than it should, and it's just very weird. So definitely, like when your C-list horror movie, watch it if you like Sharknado and that kind of stuff. Definitely watch it with that. So
Is it meant to be funny, or was it shot to be serious and thought-provoking, or just bizarre?
Good question.
it seems like it was meant to be thought-provoking, but it just
Okay.
came out like being so ridiculous that it was just funny
Okay.
and just kind of really gross. So
Oh, I don't like that.
definitely don't recommend this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there any bright spot for you about this film at all?
No. Honestly, don't watch this
No.
film. It's so bad.
Don't want. Okay, so what's your official Torrent podcast review then here? For
I'll give it a 1 because it was kind of funny.
Okay.
At parts, but yeah, one out of
Did you say
5,000.
farts.
This is like a cautionary review then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a cautionary review.
Okay. Got it.
But if you do like really cheesy, awful horror movies, this is right up your alley. So
All right. What you got next for us? I think you got a second review here.
yeah, so my second one is actually a little bit more of a serious review, and this was the movie Free Solo.
Oh, cool.
And most people probably aren't super familiar with this, but it has to do, or it's pretty well known in the rock climbing community.
This is this is the documentary of the Han Solo movie, right?
yeah, how he gets out of the galactic prison. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So this movie is about a pretty well-known climber named Alex Honnold, who has this really unique type of climbing he does called free solo. And for those who don't know what that is, it's rock climbing. So you're climbing, 1,000-foot walls, but you're doing it with no ropes, zero protection at all. So if you fall,
Jesus.
you die, and that's it. You make one mistake, you die. And so this kind of follows his whole journey climbing what's considered the hardest rock climbing face in the world, basically. It's El Capitan in Yosemite National Park
Yeah.
in California. And it's a 3,000-foot climb that he
Gosh.
does with no ropes, completely by himself. And it's quite an amazing story and a quite amazing documentary that follows him through it. And I don't want to give too much of the drama away or anything, but it's
Sure.
it's kind of what you'd expect. That it's a bit of a struggle for him to get up here and do it. And the movie really touches a lot on. It has a very serious kind of overtone of death. This guy could die at any point, and his life is really kind of modeled around that. He has girlfriends, he has relationships, but he knows in his head that like he could literally die tomorrow. So these things aren't as serious to him, and you kind of see how it affects the people around him and that kind of stuff. And this guy is just absolutely insane, the stuff that he does, and he's just completely crazy, and it's a really cool documentary to watch. So.
Wow. Okay. So when I went rock climbing with you guys, I mentioned I climbed a 60-foot wall. You said 3,000 foot.
Yeah,
Wall.
and so obviously it's not all at once, but it's
Okay.
segments. So he's
Yeah.
climbing 200 feet segment, then he's kind of hiking a little bit and climbing another 200-foot segment and going through these different spots. So
Wow. Okay. What do you think? So a thought occurred to me as you were speaking. So he follow a camera crew is following him around, watching him do this. Do you think now there's any safety precautions whatsoever that they have to throw in there, or are these camera guys literally just watching him, and if he falls, they aren't responsible at all for what happens to him?
They are 100% no safety precautions, and actually they interview a lot of the cameramen and stuff and talk about like how some of them are watching him climb this route, and they just at certain points they're just not even looking because they're like he could literally fall and die, and I don't know how I'd be able to handle that. So they're just like, you can see how emotionally like torn they are by it because they become friends with him and stuff, and so it's difficult for them. It is absolutely insane that he did this. And the only person to ever do it in existence. So.
Is this out in theaters? Is this out in on Netflix, Hulu? Where can people watch this movie?
Yeah, so it's just in limited theaters right now, so you'd have to kind of find a specific one. But I'm sure it'll come out on DVD and eventually on some streaming service. So definitely check it out.
Wow. Okay, so I know you're not going to give any spoilers in case people want to watch, but what would you give it? What would be your rating here?
Honestly, I would give it a 5 out of 5. It was perfect. It was the perfect length. It had the perfect kind of interaction with this person and the people in his lives, and just a really, really cool, well done documentary. So
wow. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah.
Dang. Were you having like heart palpitations watching him do this?
Yeah, it's just like you know he's gonna be okay because you know he's alive like today. If you listen about it,
right?
But like still just watching him, you can't believe like how insane it is, and just the shots that they have are so incredible. So
dang.
Yeah.
All right, go check out Free Solo. 5 out of 5. First 5 out of 5 I think we've gotten out of Alan before.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, what do we got next here?
So I just want to give a quick shout out to there was recently a new StarCraft world champion that was just crowned, and it was the first non-Korean world champion to ever be crowned for StarCraft. So this is pretty monumental in the history of the game. His name is Surreal, and he's from Finland, and he just is an incredible player. He's a Zerg player for all you StarCraft people out there who haven't heard about this somehow. And he just was a phenomenal player, came in and did his thing and beat the best people in StarCraft right now. So just want to give a quick shout out to that.
How did he beat him? Was it just hard work, or did he have a specific strategy that was different from everybody else? Or
what was really cool was he kind of has this strategy where he just takes little small victories. So he'll have a little skirmish and he'll come out 1% ahead of the person. He'll just find some way to just get it just right where he comes out a little bit ahead. And he just does that throughout the game and compounds it to where he has this huge advantage at the end. So he's just very, very good. These little tiny, just here and there, not this huge fight, but just getting these little bits and pieces and getting ahead just inch by inch until he was, miles ahead of the person. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's cool.
All right, next here, a couple of game reviews on our end here. So, Matt, we had mentioned before, I think on last episode, we have been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4. We at first weren't going to get this game. I think we were pretty content after Call of Duty World War II. And we always talk about how repetitive and it's just the same thing on Call of Duty. And then Black Ops came out and we're like, we might have to get this game. So then we end up getting it, and we've been playing it quite a bit. How do you feel about this game so far?
It's what a lot of people say, where it's like, it's Call of Duty. It's not going to change that much from year to year. But if you like it, you'll probably continue to like it. And I think that's how I am about it. I tell myself, like, oh, I don't really like Call of Duty that much. Then I think I've bought every Call of Duty since I first started playing Call of Duty on Advanced Warfare in like 2014, maybe.
Yeah.
So I say, like, well, I don't really like it that much, but I bought every game, and I've really enjoyed most. Well, yeah, enjoyed most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
With that said, this game I think is really good. I really like multiplayer is always fun. It's cool. The weapons are fine. I think I liked World War II's weapons and setting better, but because I play that game slower, I'm more defensive and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the weapons are cool. The multiplayer is fun. But the Blackout, the Battle Royale mode, is very, very cool. It's what I view Battle Royale should be. It's just like got a lot of. It's like a kind of small-ish map.
Yeah.
Where you can like hoof it on foot if you need to, but it's so fun. I think it's balanced pretty well. Every day we play, Nick, I feel like it's even if we don't do very well, I feel like it's a pretty good time. So
yeah, absolutely. I think this is the version of PUBG that we kind of always wanted.
Definitely.
You know, PUBG has its issues, and Blackout I think also has issues. I'm sure the hardcore, the people who are really into these shooters probably can easily nitpick at all the faults of this game. But for us, this is, like I said, this is exactly what we thought PUBG could ultimately be. I think we've fallen out of the Fortnite space pretty quick. It just wasn't really for us, I think, and I think this Call of Duty Blackout is really hitting the sweet spot of exactly what we want. You still can get in vehicles, you still can squad up with your buddies and go around. Like you said, Matt, the map is big enough that it feels expansive, but small enough that you can run across the whole thing and still make it to the circle if you had to. And just on the regular multiplayer side of it, it's just like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, except they took away the jetpacks and some of the other BS kind of stuff. And so it's just feet on the ground. It's a faster paced Call of Duty, which takes some getting used to off the bat, but it is really fun. There's a lot of there's a fair amount of customization, but there's a lot of stuff to unlock. And I would say, Matt, that this is probably the most broiest Call of Duty they've made so far. Yeah,
the Black Ops are very broy.
Yeah, it's very broy. Yeah,
always neck in their chest.
Yeah, a lot of people saying send it and let's get it and all that stuff.
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that.
But it is very fun. It is very fun, and it's a good squad game to play, I think.
Now, does it? I remember, like in PUBG, sometimes we'd have games where you're just like you didn't see anyone for half an hour, and then eventually you like got into a fight and died. Is it similar to that still? Like, do you feel like you don't see people a lot, or is it a little bit more close packed?
You definitely constantly hear guns shooting in the distance, so there's people around. You do go through phases where you may not see a lot of people, and I think that's just the nature of the Battle Royale game. But I think the games are a little quicker. Like, I don't feel like they dragged on as long as the PUBG.
Yeah, I totally agree. I even think, Alan, like you said, like a half hour. Literally in PUBG, it would sometimes be a half hour of seeing no one. I think this one's a lot more. I think this one hits the perfect sweet spot. Like I think Nick said that before, where it's like Fortnite is quick. Fortnite can be like 15 minutes long, and you'll last pretty much to the end. Mm-hmm. But this game, I think sometimes like the longest would probably be a half hour, and most often than that, like we're in firefights and stuff, and it ends. It's like shorter than that. So I think it's a good pace because I'm never just like, okay, I'm bored. And usually we'll end up seeing someone or there's like a place to go to or something. Like it's fun. I really like it.
Do they have the weapon customization still? Or not still, but like they had in PUBG where you can put like different sights on your guns or different like magazines?
Yeah, so you can pick up there's attachments spread out throughout the map. So you get your base model gun on the ground, you pick it up, you can get a stock. And it gives you the same stats as in multiplayer. So the grip will let you will reduce the recoil when you're looking down the barrel. A stock will help you like bring it up to your bring up the sights faster. The scopes are all there, just like in PUBG. Everything's the same. And I forgot to mention this earlier. There's a lot of and I've kind of found out this today. There's a lot of secrets within the game if you want to unlock character customization for your avatar in Blackout, and there's a lot of hidden secrets in the map. For instance, Matt, there's zombies in certain areas of the map. Yeah. So there's the asylum. If you drop at asylum, it's the asylum from the zombies mode, and there's zombies all around there. And there's a lot of all the hidden secrets that the zombies have to offer within Blackout. Matt was at a gas station when I was playing with him the other day, and there were zombies around there. And if you killed all the zombies in that little gas station, it opened up a chest, and then he got a special gun that you can use for Blackout. Yeah.
Cool.
I finally killed all the zombies, slid right into the box, and then this guy like headshotted me. And I had this like shooting match with this other guy, and I was like, all right, I just want to see what's in this box. And then I just like slid. I was like, I'm here, and then I just got shot in the head. I was like, damn it!
What else is there? Oh yeah, we found out today. I found out how to unlock the Seraph character as a playable character in Blackout, and that is you have to go to the firing range, shoot these specific 6 targets. A box appears, you get the revolver out of the box, then you have to go kill somebody with the revolver, and then finish in the top 5 with the gun in your inventory, and then you can unlock the character. So there's there's levels to this game also on top of just the Blackout mode.
Cool.
Yeah. Matt, are you hurt at all by the lack of single-player campaign for this Call of Duty, or were you completely comfortable with just paying the $60 for entirely multiplayer action?
So I'm totally fine with that because I don't like the single player anyway. I never played it.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it before on this podcast that I just really am not into single player games.
Yeah.
Which will lead us into the second game we're going to talk about, which is astounding to me. But
Yep.
but yeah, I'm not hurt at all. I think it's great. I think what they did is so smart. They have the multiplayer deathmatch type stuff that they normally do, which is its own game. It feels like Blackout sort of feels like a completely different game. Zombies sort of feels like a completely different game.
Right.
I think they took the stars of their games in the past and they really made them.
Not to mention they added in another game mode called Heist, which is very similar to Counter-Strike mode.
Counter-Strike. And so that's fun. I like that game mode a lot.
Right.
You have the control and the domination stuff. It's very cool. They did a lot of cool stuff.
So you're getting...
Wait, what's Heist then?
Heist is just like Counter-Strike. So you start with a pistol, you can buy new guns and attachment like Counter-Strike, and then you grab a bag of cash, and you have to bring it to the extraction point while the other team is also trying to grab the cash and bring it to the extraction point.
Oh, okay.
So you're essentially getting the Call of Duty experience, you're getting the Counter-Strike-esque experience, you're getting a PUBG-esque experience, and then you're getting the zombie experience on top of that. So I think it's a lot of content for $60 that's all multiplayer related, and you can play with your friends. I think this is pretty good value from a Call of Duty standpoint for the money. So
wow.
There's some controversy because I guess Activision, is that the one who does... Is it Activision?
I think Treyarch does the Black Ops, yeah.
So they, the servers that they use for multiplayer are 20 hertz servers, which apparently is how many times per second or something, or how many times per second that your game communicates with the game server.
Okay.
So 60 hertz is normal because that means every frame that the game is rendering, it's communicating with the server, so everything's being updated in time. But when it's 20 hertz, what that means is that every third frame the game updates. So, for example, if a person is coming around a corner, there are times where you'll just die, and you'll be, or they are running back behind a corner, and you'll see them go behind the thing, but you still die because the server just didn't update in time for that rendering to show to you. So. Okay. That has been some controversy because people are like, we paid so much money for this. Why aren't they doing 60 hertz servers? It's ridiculous. Honestly, I mean, I guess I noticed that a little bit, but I don't really care that much. I know Activision is greedy, and I know that they're all about DLC and milking everyone for as much money as they want. I still think it's fine. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Okay, so what would you rate this game then?
Oh, I'd give it a 4.5.
Huh?
Out of 5. I think it's really great. I think right now it's when I want to just play something super ADHD and dopamine blasts to my brain. This is it. So
yeah, I would agree. I think right there, 4 out of 5 out of 5, maybe 4.25, somewhere in there. It's a great Call of Duty experience. I think there's a lot of content to explore, and there's something for everybody. And if you're a fan of first-person shooters in any form of the genre, there's something for you in this game. So, Alan, if you have any thought whatsoever to getting this game, if you want to play Blackout with us, alone, maybe wait till there's a holiday sale or whatever, but this would be a good squad PS4 game for us to play. It's very fun. Very fun.
Yeah. Maybe we'll ask for it for Christmas or something.
Yeah.
I really think you should. Also Reed.
Oh yeah, we gotta get Reed. I actually mentioned it to Reed the other day.
Does he have it?
Yeah.
I think he has it. But either way. Yeah, we'll have to get a squad of 4. It's really fun, Alan. You'd like it.
Okay, next, the other big game review that we've been wanting to talk about.
Been teasing it.
The old
people want it.
The meme I saw the other day, the old rootin' tootin' cowboy shootin' 2, Red Dead Redemption.
Wait,
All
say
right.
that one more time.
I think the meme I saw, I think Lauren showed it to me. It was Rootin' Tootin' Cowboys Shootin' 2, and it was like
I
the
love
cover
that.
of it. Yeah. All right, so Red Dead Redemption 2. Matt, why don't you start us off here with your
man.
review?
Okay. So right now it's single player only, but it takes place in like 1899, I'm pretty sure, when the Wild West is just now starting to like be fully tamed. And you're like you play this guy Arthur Morgan, who is a part of this gang called the Vanderlyn Gang, and you're kind of just like the premise of the game basically is you're just a gang of outlaws trying to survive, and you're forced with like lots of decisions where you're just like you're an outlaw and you rob people and you kill people, but you're also not completely heartless. Like there's a lot of morality and stuff in what you guys do, and your leader is like a sort of conscientious dude, and he like in like the very beginning they find this like woman and they take her in, and so all the missions are like based around your gang surviving. So there'll be like, oh, we're gonna rob this train because we need to get all this money because we need food, and then oh, this girl knows this like crazy place that we need to go rob and steal them, and then it'll be like, oh, this guy got captured by bounty hunters, we need to go rescue him. And so all the missions, for right now at least, for as far as I am, focus around just your gang surviving, and it's all in this incredibly immersive world where just like there's so many details. It's like I think it's gonna easily be game of the year just based on how good these details are. Like there's like ecosystems. There's so many little animals and stuff like that. They are interacting with each other. There's people that interact with you, and you can antagonize them and be a dick, or you can be kind to people and you'll get some kind of morality boosts and stuff.
Right, there's some sort of honor system, right? Like you can either and there's like a little bar whether you could be more of an outlaw or more of a heroic kind of guy.
Yeah, like a Robin Hood type situation.
Right.
And if you're a douche to everybody, people react to you differently. So like if you start a fight with someone and you're a bad guy, people will join in and fight against you and stuff like that. So there are like real consequences for the things that you do. But it's just the thing that I just love about it is just like I'll be doing a mission. I'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to go here and help get this guy out of jail. And then on the way there, you'll just like see random encounters on the side of the road. And like, so I was riding by and this guy's like brushing off his horse's horseshoe. And then he's like, man, that was crazy. And then all of a sudden the horse goes crazy and bucks him and kills the guy. And the horse sprints off. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? And I like chase this horse down and take it. It's actually a pretty fast horse. So that was really cool. Sometimes you'll see like I saw these two guys busting open this safe that they obviously stole, and they were like talking trash to me, be like, "Get out of here, like you bastard!" You don't. And so I obviously killed them, put a stick of dynamite on the safe, blew that up. Super cool. I found like random like dying people. I was walking through the swamp, and these like zombie like hillbillies came at me with knives. It's just so immersive. There's so much to do. And it's actually all fun. It's like I got bored with Skyrim, and I was just kind of like, man, I just don't want to do all this boring stuff. This game, everything you do is just so much fun.
For sure. I mean, I'm not that far through the game. I think maybe total completion is for me is like 18% or right around 20% right now. So I'm not that far into the game, but this is like, obviously the game is a continuation, or rather a prequel of Red Dead Redemption 1, which was John Marston's story, which is one of the members of the gang. And they kind of took a step back with the second one and told the story of the entire gang in this game. And so a lot of the familiar mechanics are back if you've played Red Dead Redemption 1, the hunting, the horse riding, the mission styles, the aesthetic of the entire game is back. And it's really just got a graphical boost and some new elements into the game, obviously. But I think this game is beautiful. I think graphically it's one of the best games I've ever played. It looks awesome, like how they do the landscapes and the sky, and as you're riding your horse through the wilderness or whatever, you're just like, whoa, this is crazy. And all the wildlife in the game and the hunting system I think is extremely challenging. Like I want to go do a bunch of hunting challenges, and they are very tough. I think it takes some getting used to. A lot of the same problems I have with this game I had with the other one, which was, riding your horse and shooting, I think sometimes is a little clunky. It's not very smooth for me. It's very jarring. Sometimes the game So the beginning of the game especially throws a ton at you right in the beginning, and sometimes I forget what the controls are in mid mission, and I'm like, oh my god, how do I punch a guy again? And then I end up like pulling out my gun and shooting him, and then I fail the mission. I got to start all over again or whatever. But so there's a little weird stuff like that, but otherwise, I mean, yeah, this is a fantastic freaking game. I played it most of the day Friday, and I played it a lot Saturday as well. This game's great. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I know. It's just so I agree that with the controls, there's so many things you can do that the context changes. Like I was doing this mission to collect a loan or like collect a debt that they owed me.
Right.
So I got into a fight with this guy and killed him. And then this guy was like, "Hey, I just saw you kill that guy." And he's like, "Just collecting a debt, like it's all legal." And the guy was like, "That's not what I saw." And he starts running away. So I hop on my horse, trample him, and then like hop off the horse, and I'm like on top of this guy being like, "Stop, you're not gonna tell anyone, like shut up."
Yeah.
And then I'm like trying to just like punch him and like scare him a little bit. I end up pushing the wrong button and choking him to death. So these other two people are like, "He just murdered someone," and they run to go tell the Pinkertons, like the law guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "God dang it." So I hop on my horse and start galloping in the wrong direction. My horse runs into another horse. I go flying. My horse goes flying. Like it's like mass chaos. So it's just so immersive, and but there are a lot of like control things that are tough. But oh man,
is there
it's so great.
Is there what's like the character progression? Do you level up? Do you get new weapons? How does that work?
So there's no leveling up, but you get there's like stamina you get more stamina. And you get more health and stuff. And you
so certain actions allow you to increase certain things. So, for instance, I realized if you use the bow and arrow a lot and you have a lot of successful kills with the bow and arrow, you level up your health. If you do certain actions with your Deadeye ability, or if you shoot birds out of the sky, you slowly level up your Deadeye meter, all that kind of stuff. So the longer you ride on one specific horse, your bond between you and your horse becomes stronger, and now your horse gets faster and has more stamina. So you kind of progress through the game that way. Otherwise, guns, ammunition, you have to find those, you have to collect those yourself. There's not really a level progression that way.
When you have a gun, do you keep it the whole time, or does it have like durability?
Nope. Yes, that's not true. You can clean your gun. You can go to the gunsmith and get it cleaned. You can have gun oil on it, and then you can clean it yourself, and you can restore it, and it boosts your stats.
Holy shit.
If you eat too much, you actually gain weight, and you become fatter, and the NPCs will actually comment on you gaining weight or looking too thin. There's some insane details on the game.
Wow.
Not to mention there's also a first-person mode if you want to play the game in first person. So they've made animations for all that stuff. So the guns are very realistic looking, very time period accurate, I think. And what else? There's so much to this game.
There's like the facial hair.
Yeah, you can shave. You can. Yeah. Yep. You can choose to bathe, shave, smell, do your hair, however you want to. Yeah.
One of the things I think is the craziest is that like I got into this fight with this dude in this like muddy town, and so I was like covered in mud, and it's just like if you walk into a stream, then you like washes off, and it's really cool. But also when you're just like normally clean and you walk into a stream and you get out, the level that the water was at when you go into the water, when you come out, like there's like it's visibly dry above that point, and below it it's visibly wet. It's crazy the amount of details.
Wow.
Go watch a YouTube video, Alan, or anyone who wants to do this. Go watch a YouTube video about the insane detail. Like, I saw one recently, 20 insane details from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
They're nuts. Like, there are carrion birds or, like, scavenger birds that will, like, fly down to dead bodies that you've killed or other people have killed. If you kill a person and just leave them, and you kind of watch and, like, hang out nearby, you'll see, like, lawmen, like the Pinkertons, come by and actually take the body and put it on a horse and, like, carry the body away. It's so crazy.
Some Westworld shit.
My god,
it's so nuts. But just I just love like riding around and like dicking with people and like putting on my bandana and just like stealing horses or like lassoing people and then riding around with them dragging on the back is like brutal and crazy. And like this one time I was playing, I lassoed this guy near the swamp, and like he was being a jerk. So I'm not that mean in the game, but this guy was being a jerk. So I lassoed him and hogtied him, and like went to go throw him in the water to be like, "Ha, you can't swim, idiot!" And I threw him in the water, and this gator just comes up and just like completely swallows him. I was like, oh my god! It was so crazy. It's
Damn.
so freaking fun. Ah, I want to play it right now. I'm gonna go fire it up while
So that's just the story mode. They're supposed to release the public beta for Red Dead Online, which is a whole nother element. I'm hoping they can keep that same spark that Matt just had with the online portion, and we can have a nice posse, and we can ride across the countryside with our horses, all kick-ass looking, and rob some banks and get into some trouble.
It's gonna be amazing because you can steal carriages that have like a bunch of space. So like there could be 4 of us because there will be at least 4 of us. Although everyone that I know on PlayStation basically has this game anyway. But you can get like a bunch of people in a carriage and just like ride around like shooting things. Like it's just gonna be so nuts. I can't wait.
Is there a date for that yet?
No.
I have to look it up. Yeah.
I searched today. They have released no date yet. They just kind of released like little tiny information like these are the types of horses and stuff that will be, and like carriages that will be available in multiplayer, and some of the like missions, but it's not any new news.
So for me, I would say right now, I think the game is a definite 5 out of 5. I think it's the first 5 out of 5 I've given on the show yet. So there you go, pop that cherry. This game's awesome, Alan. I can't wait for you to get it in the online to come out so we can play together. I think it's gonna be so fun. I love this game. It's making me happy too because I really enjoyed Red Dead Redemption, and for this game to be just as good, if not better, is very good to hear for me too. So thank you for all the people at Rockstar who worked a lot of overtime and all that. I know that big article came out where there was that very controversial storyline. So thank you to all of them who put in the extra work and probably had to work very long hours over lots of weeks to give us this game. We are definitely enjoying it, so thank you.
Yeah.
Matt, would you agree 5 out of 5?
100%.
Yeah.
And I don't even like single player games, and this is this takes me back to when I was like in high school and middle school and loved all video games, and I just feel like a kid again. So great.
Cool. All right, so finally getting into some music here before we end the show. First off, I just want to give a shout out. This song came out a while ago, but I wanted to touch on this because we're big 90s music fans here. We're 90s kids. We love the genre of 90s music. We talk about it all the time. Matt's got this bomb-ass playlist. We mentioned it before.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are familiar with the song Torn by Natalie Imbruglia, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's on the playlist.
It is on the playlist. Yep. One of my
a very good public song.
Yeah. One of my
that brings the mood down.
One of my favorite pop punk bands currently is Neck Deep. I've mentioned them on the show before. They did a cover of Torn by Natalie Imbruglia, and it's part of the Songs That Saved My Life album, which is a collection of artists that are making songs that have changed them in some way, songs that have saved their life. It's going to be an exclusive album, and it's all going. I think it's affiliated with Target, and it's a charity compilation for mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So a lot of the charities a lot of the benefits that they're supporting is the Crisis Text Line, Hope for the Day, the Trevor Project, and To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a nonprofit. So a lot of the proceeds are going to that, and you have artists like Neck Deep, Movements, Stand Atlantic, Taking Back Sunday, Too Close to Touch, The Main, a bunch of pop punk artists, sounds like, and punk artists, alternative artists, all doing songs to support this benefit. But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the Neck Deep cover of Torn.
Oh, I love it. I think it's very cool. It gets a little, well, I guess you say like pop punk.
Yeah.
So at first it sounded just kind of like alternative, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It does get a little like punky, heavier-ish, which is cool, but I love the song. It's super catchy, and I like that it's getting some more attention now.
For sure.
Yeah, this song is so cool. I couldn't believe how well the guy does the cover of the song, because it's originally performed by a woman, and he kills it. He puts his little touch on and stuff, and
I think
changes a couple of the hymns to hers and stuff.
Yep,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
and I love it. He really did a really cool take with it. The whole band did a really good cover of this and made it their own. So it was cool.
Go watch the music video too if anybody gets a chance, because it ticks off a lot of boxes for here on the show. I mean, he's wearing like a Morton Salt Girl shirt, I think.
That's right.
You know, it's like a shot for shot remake of the Natalie and Bruglia music video. It's a 90s song. It just has all the flavor of everything we like in it. So go check out the song. It's really great.
And where can we find that album again?
You can go to songsthatsavedmylife.com. That would be the best way to find it, and I'm sure there's streaming on Spotify and everything too, if you also want to listen there as well. But if you want to support mental health awareness and suicide prevention, please buy the album. All right, now officially moving into some music picks here. I'll start. My first one was 3 a.m. by You Me at 6. You Me at 6 has been a band that I've been kind of on again, off again with. They just released their latest album. I think it's 5 or 6. That's a Roman numeral. I honestly forget. Sorry about that. But I think that latest album is very good. They're an alternative band. I think Matt and Alan, you guys should definitely check them out, especially in that album. It's very, very good. And this song 3 a.m. is my favorite on the album. It's just so catchy. It's very danceable. The music video is pretty funny. There's a lot to like about this song, so I wanted to give a shout out to You Me at 6 for the song 3 a.m.
Yeah, I actually heard that or listened to it when you put it up there, and it's cool. I like the upbeat kind of stuff. It's one of those songs that I think a lot of people would like. You know?
Yeah. My next song is a country song. Alan, I put this on there for you. It's Best Kind of Bad by Walker McGuire. I just kind of stumbled upon the songs through my rabbit hole of country listening. And Walker McGuire is two guys actually, and they're both guitar players, and it's just they're both singer-songwriters, and just two dudes with guitars, and this is a solid jam. It's a little sappy, but a little cliche, I think, a little bit in the country way, but it's a very good song. The lyrics are very memorable, and just talking about, a girl who acts a certain way and just drives you crazy, and like they said, it's the best kind of bad. She's bad in all the right ways, I guess. So good song.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. Definitely has a good country feel, catchy as heck, and yeah, I liked it a lot. Definitely gonna go on my country playlist.
Nice.
Speaking of Walker, my pick is a song called "Faded" by Alan Walker. This is actually kind of an older song. It's from like 2015. But it was like huge for a short while, and I think it's even still one of the most played YouTube videos. Is the video for the song is it's on like the top 50 like most played YouTube videos of all time or something like that.
Wow, really?
It's got like 2 or 3 billion views on it or something crazy like that. But just a cool, a much slower tempo, sadder kind of electronic song with a really cute Swedish girl who sings on over top of it, and I'm sure if you listen to it, you probably would remember hearing it before, because it was just so huge for a while. But definitely worth a listen if you don't recognize it.
Cool,
awesome,
nice. The song I picked is pretty different from actually all of that stuff. It's by H.M. Surf, and it's called Oracle Night, and it's like a really chill, I don't even know how to describe it. It's sort of electronic, but it's kind of jazzy. So it's like electronic, jazzy, chill that you can listen to like at the end of the day when you're after work and you're super tired. You just want to like chill and hang out. It's awesome. It's got a really good beat, really cool melody. It's really good to relax.
Can you listen to it like when you're getting all hyped up and ready to go to the club?
Probably, dude.
If you just want to relax or run a rage out.
If it's
is it a good rage song, or is it mostly just?
Yeah. Depends on your type of rage. Your rage level depends on that. But
cool.
This is a good song. I mean, this is right right up your alley. Like, this is a Matt song here. This is right in your wheelhouse of stuff. So this is good. So if you normally like what Matt puts out, recommends on the show, this is definitely another one of those. Yeah, this is good. Cool, guys. All right. So, as always, if you want to get in touch with us, you can find us at The Torrent Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget, we have our merch store and our Twitch stream as well. And you can find all of that in the description of every episode of the show. Yeah, if there's any song recommendations you guys want us to give a shout out to, if there's any topics you want us to talk about, make sure you get in contact with us and bring that up. So we should be coming out with our, we're not sure when yet, but we were going to try to get Matt to watch The Haunting of Hill House. After our Halloween episode, TJ really turned us onto the show. Alan and I have been hooked on the show. We actually finished it already, and we are itching to talk about the show. Very good Netflix show, right in time for Halloween for us to watch. And so Matt, get on it. Start watching the show so we can give our full review, but be sure to look out for our Haunting of Hill House review coming sooner rather than later. I'm not going to say next episode, but sooner rather than later for sure.
But, probably next episode, right, Matt?
Right, all right. How far do I have to get for us to talk about it? Do I have to watch
I would say with at least through the first season.
What? The first season?
There's only 10 episodes.
Yeah.
That's
There's only 10
hours.
Watch 2 episodes for the next 5 days and you're good.
That's 2 hours a day, Alan.
Yeah, you probably played that much in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep playing that much in Red Dead Redemption.
So look for the Alan and Nick solo pod coming up for the Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Anyway, look for that, as well as other exciting topics very soon on the show. This has been an episode of The Torrent. We'll see you next time. Well, that's it for this episode of The Torrent. Thank you all for listening. Download, rate, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast service. If you want to get in contact with us, feel free to send us an email, thetorrentpodcast@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter @TheTorrentPod. We'll see you guys next time.